All right, working class beer reviews is looking at Hoop Tea. Hoop Tea. Spiked iced tea. Um, this has been around for I'm guessing a couple of years. According to the internet, Anheuser-Busch bought it in 2021. So since it's a tea, I'll use a tea glass because this is. Do you know I do beer reviews? It's probably barley based, malt based, but we'll see how it goes. I really don't know how these products are made. The only other one I know of is Twisted Tea. You know, Arizona's got their own like spiked Arizona spiked drinks and stuff like that, but I don't know if they're tea based or just flavored malt based stuff. So yeah, it just looks like sweet tea. This is really not up my alley, but I thought I'd try it. Honestly, you know what? I really like the label. It's got that kind of throwback 70s, like Malaise era, late 70s, early 80s label. These color schemes were popular back then. And even in the late 90s, early 2000s, it kind of made a comeback because the late 90s into early 2000s was a revival of like that kind of Woodstock aesthetic with, bootcut jeans making a popular comeback in jumpsuits and, that 70s show and Freaks and Geeks and stuff like that. So, the aesthetic is kind of cool. I saw a billboard for this a couple years ago and then I started seeing it and I was like, well, I saw a single. I was like, I'll try it. So on the can it says "Born on the Boardwalk." I think it was originally based out of Maryland. Two guys here. This is the story. It says it all started with an old ice cream shop on the boardwalk with a couple of friends who quit their jobs and moved to the beach. Who wouldn't want to do that? Come on. We wanted to live a life as free-spirited as our hometown. Don't we all? Yeah, not everybody can afford to do that. Come on, I'm working class here. With some tea leaves, 2 kegs, and our toes in the sand. Oh, God. This couldn't be written more. I feel like I'm being talked down to. It's everything I want to hear, but I know I can't do. That's what it sounds like. Well, we began crafting a little taste of Ocean City sunrise. Or sunshine, I'm sorry. And from there, Hoop Tea was born. We hope you enjoy drinking it as much as we enjoy making it. Cheers, Danny and Billy, Hoop Tea founders. Made with real black tea. So by the coloring, I think that is true. It does look like it's made with real tea. Hooptea.com and at Hooptea, I'm guessing on X, Twitter, maybe even Instagram, Facebook. Brewed by Hoop Tea, La Crosse, Wisconsin. So that must be a brewery owned or contracted through Anheuser-Busch. Questions, comments, 1-800-342-5283. 24-ounce can, 5% ABV. Malt beverage with natural flavors. Enjoy responsibly. So, yeah, it's one of these. It came up quick. I don't know how long before 2021 this stuff was. I'm not from the Northeast. Yeah, it looks just like iced tea. It really does. No head. I don't even know if it would have hops in it, stuff like this. Yeah, it smells like tea. It's sweet. Do you guys remember Lipton Brisk when they started canning it, like in the late 90s? And they had those cool, like, claymation, or the animation, like, commercials for it. It'd be like Rocky or Bruce Lee. Yo, that's brisk, baby. Bruce Lee's like, brisk, baby! That's kind of what it tastes like. I remember buying that stuff when I was in high school. It tastes like lemon. So like a lemon iced tea. It tastes good. I don't drink tea like I used to. I'm not into sweet stuff much anymore. I'm not like avoidant of it. Like if someone gives me one, I'll drink it, but I don't seek it out personally. I drink unsweet tea more than I do sweet tea in my older age now. I'm in my mid 40s. Twisted Tea, I think, is made by or produced by the Boston Beer Company, Samuel Adams. That's like the most popular. And they have a hard version. It's like 8%. And it wouldn't surprise me if this catches on. It would not surprise me if they make like a higher ABV version of it. And different flavors. Peach, mango, green tea, all sorts of different. The possibilities are endless. This is the baseline one. It tastes good. I mean, if you're into flavored drinks, I mean, back then it all started off with wine coolers, which used to be actually made from wine, like a sparkling. They'd make like a spritzy wine, probably like a soda, Sprite version of wine. But I think taxes on wine is more expensive than it is with beer. So they switched to making things malt based. That's where like stuff like Zima and your lemonade ones, you had like Doc Otis back in the day. Anybody remember Doc Otis? Or Two Dogs? And now they got Mike's Hard Lemonade. And then Mike's is just blew up to be all over the place. They have all sorts of flavors. They have regular, and then they have a strong one. They may even have like an extra strong one. Don't quote me on that, because just I don't go looking for it. I mean, I could review it if I wanted to, but it'll be about as intense as this one. Smirnoff Triple Black. If you're ever in your teens or early 20s and your early 2000s, you know all about that stuff. That stuff's like Kool-Aid. I used to pour grenadine in it and drink it. That's even more sweet. Ugh. I mean, I'm not saying this stuff's not any good. It's like, it's so sweet. The thought of something so sweet now just is not appealing to me. But yeah, I could go on and on about all sorts of stuff that is this malt-based flavored beverage. The sweet tea stuff, so the people that like sweet tea, they're not going to notice that it's 5% alcohol. 5% alcohol is the benchmark of beer. So yes, if you drink a bunch of those, you will, it will compromise you. So you got to be careful. And stuff like this, typically, if you drink a bunch of it, it'll tend to, the after effects, the day or morning after, is typically not fun. Something about the way your body processes sweet manufactured stuff like this. It's just, it can wreak havoc on your head and your stomach the next day. So just be careful with this. It tastes quality. It tastes good. I think I've had Twisted Tea in the past, and I thought the same thing. It does. It tastes like lemon iced tea, not like an Arnold Palmer. It doesn't taste like lemonade, but like when you put a squeeze of lemon into an iced tea, that's what it tastes like. And who doesn't love that? In the United States, that's pretty common, So yeah, I mean, it's good. Like I said, I mainly buy. I think the packaging's awesome. Kudos to the packaging. I like that a lot. That color scheme is just right up my alley. I'm a young Gen Xer. Some people, they have a classification of generations called a Zennial, which is like Gen X and Millennial from like 77 to 83. There may be some merit to that. The crossover, there's plenty of crossover. So people in that camp may not fully have all the ideals of one or the other. I feel like I lean to one side more than the other. And if you know me, you know which one that is. So, in my basement, because it was raining out, we've had these crazy showers today, just popping up out of nowhere. I've been watching the radar, and it just grows. I feel like the weather isn't as accurate as it used to be. It's like, as a kid, when I heard the weather, it said it was going to rain, it was going to rain. There was no it might rain, but then it does or it doesn't. It's like they were pretty spot on. So I don't know what the deal is. I think it's just maybe weather patterns are a little more erratic now than they used to be. And I'm not a climate change type person. I don't say it is or isn't real. I think there's a lot more nuanced conversation about that. So I'm not going to firmly put myself in one camp or the other. But yeah, this stuff's really good. I probably won't buy it again myself. But if I know someone that's not a beer person, but they like to have something, this would be good on float trips. They may have it in bottles, but beds and cans mostly. And float trips, camping, anywhere where glass is discouraged, I would say this would probably be pretty good. I can see people spiking this with vodka or bourbon or any tequila, anything. You could spike that, like you make a mixer out of it. I know people that do that with Trulies and White Claws and stuff like that. They just use it as a base mixer and add other stuff to it and make it even stronger. So I could see that being the case with that if you're a sweet tea person. So I don't know if you have any experience with this stuff. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think of hoop tea. Hoop tea. Oh, and I meant to bring this up. Hoop tea, I think it's a play on words. Hoop tea is meant to be just kind of a beater car that you drive around. Maybe it's reliable but ugly. Some people call them jalopies. So I think that's kind of the word play they're going off there. Hoop tea. Yeah, it's just kind of an old clapper car that's kind of rough and beat up, but maybe it's all you got and gets you from point A to point B. You don't really care what people think. And maybe that's what it is with this drink. Maybe you don't care what people think. You just like it. You like what you like. So anyway, thanks for watching this. Let me know what you guys think of hoop tea in the comments, and I will see you guys later.